It was a cold autumn afternoon when 6-year-old Lily sat on a wooden bench outside her small school, waiting for her mother to pick her up. The wind rustled the golden brown leaves around her feet as she unwrapped the sandwich her mother had packed for lunch, but never got around to eating. As she was about to take a bite, she noticed a pair of eyes watching her. Near the playground fence stood a scruffy, thin dog with dull fur, his ribs showing through his skin, and eyes that carried a mixture of sadness and hope. Lily's heart ached at the sight. She had always loved animals, and the dog before her looked like he had known nothing but hardship. Without hesitation, she tore her sandwich in half, walked slowly toward the stray, and extended her tiny hand. "It's okay, buddy," she said softly. "You must be hungry." The dog hesitated but then took the sandwich gently from her hand, devouring it in seconds. Lily giggled. "You like peanut butter and jelly, huh?" she asked, reaching out carefully to stroke his head. The dog flinched but didn't run. It was clear he wasn't used to kindness. Lily sat with the dog for a while, talking to him as if he were an old friend. She named him Rusty because of the reddish tints in his fur. Before her mother arrived, she gave Rusty the other half of her sandwich, watching as he wagged his tail just slightly. "I'll see you tomorrow, Rusty," she whispered before running to her mother's car. Little did she know that small act of kindness would change everything. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Lily's mother, Emma, shook her awake. "Lily, wake up!" Her voice was filled with urgency. Lily rubbed her sleepy eyes. "What's wrong, Mommy?" "You need to see this," Emma said, lifting her daughter out of bed. Confused, Lily followed her mother to the front door. As Emma opened it, Lily gasped. Sitting on their doorstep was Rusty, but he wasn't alone. In front of him lay a small bundle wrapped in a ragged cloth. Then Lily heard it, a faint whimpering. Kneeling beside Rusty, who wagged his tail and nudged the bundle with his nose, Lily carefully pulled back the cloth. Her eyes widened as she discovered 3 tiny puppies nestled inside. "Mommy, Rusty brought his babies!" she cried, looking up at her mother with a mixture of shock and joy. Emma's heart softened. She hadn't wanted a dog, but seeing Rusty's tired eyes and the way he had brought his helpless babies to the only person who had shown him kindness, something inside her melted. "Come on," she said. "We need to get them inside." Lily and her mother carried Rusty and his puppies into their home. The little ones were weak and cold, clearly in need of care. Emma warmed some milk while Lily gathered an old blanket to make them comfortable. Throughout the morning, Rusty never left his puppy's side, watching over them with gentle eyes. But every now and then, he would look at Lily, almost as if he were saying thank you. A trip to the vet revealed that Rusty had been abandoned months ago and had somehow survived the harsh streets. His puppies, barely a few weeks old, had only just started to open their eyes. If Rusty hadn't brought them to Lily, they might not have made it. Days turned into weeks, and as the puppies grew stronger, so did Rusty. He learned to trust again, and more importantly, he found love. Emma, who had been hesitant at first, soon found herself unable to resist Rusty's charm. The once starving stray had become part of their family. One evening, as Lily lay on the couch with Rusty curled up beside her and his puppies playing on the floor, Emma smiled. "You know, Lily," she said, "sometimes the smallest act of kindness comes back to us in the most amazing ways." Lily looked at Rusty and hugged him tightly. "I'm just glad I shared my sandwich," she whispered. Rusty licked her face, his eyes filled with gratitude. From that day on, Rusty and his puppies never had to wonder where their next meal would come from. They had found their forever home.